I'm absolutely honored to be here. Thank you guys for having me. Um, I'm just realizing now that one of the worst things that can happen to you as a speaker is to speak after Sam Harvard. Because his name has Harvard in it. And the front of his name has doctor in front of it. So I'm like, what am I doing here right now? But I'm still absolutely honored. Shout out to all the other speakers. And please, guys, just clap for Eloho for a few seconds. Where is she? Thank you for the cufflinks. I'm wearing them. Where is she? It's fine. Somebody should tell her I'm wearing the cufflinks. Thank you so much. Um, so I want you guys before we start, I want you guys to appreciate yourself because you are, wait now. Is it not me that will tell you how to appreciate yourself? You're here on a Saturday, you could be anywhere else. You could be at a wedding, at a birthday party, but you decided to be here investing in your own growth, right? So I want you guys to appreciate yourself, but I'll tell you how. I will tell you how. So I want you to do something. I want you to stand up. Don't worry, I'll tell you when. Don't stand up, oh. I want you to stand up, and then I want you to clap for yourself for 5 seconds, and then I want you to sit down. But when you sit down, don't sit down on the whole seat. Only sit down on the front half of the seat. You see why the instructions were important? So you stand up, you clap for yourself for 5 seconds, then you sit on the edge of your seat. Can we do that? 1, 2, go. It's going well. It's going well. I think some people's 5 seconds is different from some other people's own. Please, did you get that on camera? Perfect. So when my wife asks me how my day was, I'll tell her that I got a standing ovation before I even started. And then I'm going to tell her that I kept you guys at the edge of your seats. Exactly. It's on camera. You can't deny it. That's my version of events. Anyway, so I'm going to be talking about showing up and standing out, which is such an interesting topic because it's the entire reason why I have a career. But I'm not going to be giving you 10 tips and tricks or 5 keys to success in anything like that. I'm going to be sharing my story with you guys in hopes that in a lot of ways you're able to see yourself in it. And also, I strongly believe that you guys are sophisticated enough to put whatever I say within context so you know how to apply it to your own life. Abi? Now, why am I saying all of this? I'm a content creator. So I realize that a lot of people here are business people. You buy and sell stuff. Me, I don't really consider myself a business person. If you catch me on the road and ask me, Salem, how did you get to this point? I'll be like, I was lucky. But there have been other things that I have done intentionally that I want to share with you guys, and I hope that you'll be able to take things out of it. And as I share my story with you guys, if there's anything that really hits home for you, I want you to pen it down because at the end of this session, I'll leave a few minutes to answer questions because I want this to be as interactive as possible. Is that deal? Super. So at the end, I want to answer your questions. So if there's anything I say that just sits one kind with you, just note it down so you can ask questions at the end of this session. All right? So first of all, let me tell you my story. I believe some people who are here have heard this before, but I'm going to say it again because I'm the one with the mic and you cannot do anything about it. So 2018, and I'm giving you dates so that you can, put a timestamp to it. December of 2018, I decided that I was going to post a video every day for a whole month, for 30 days, right? This was December 2018. And then I woke up, January 1st, I hit the ground running. That was my only, New Year resolution. That's the last time I've ever done that. But I started posting a video every single day. And at the time when I started, my following was around 1,500. But at the time when I was ending, and in my mind, I was like, if I can just go from 1.5 to like 2K, that would be mad. Like, I will be blown. In my small mind, that's what I was thinking. By the end of that month, my following had gone from 1.5 to 2,000. up to 5,000, sorry. So that's times 3. And this is 2019, yeah? So there's no Instagram Reels. People didn't go viral. Do you get? It's not like now. Not that, I'm not saying it's easier now, but back then, it was only your followers that would see whatever you posted. There was no real stuff for people to. Exactly. So it was so much more difficult. So this was a really big deal. And it made me realize, oh wow, there's something here. People like this thing that I'm talking about. Okay, there's more where that came from. So I kept making content. I kept pushing, the stuff that I was talking about. And then some months later, I think I was around maybe 7, 8K. I got an email from a brand like, hi Salem, we really love what you do. We like the way you communicate. We would like you to promote so and so and so. What do you charge? And that was the first time I'm like, charge? Wait, so this thing I'm doing for free, I can't do it for money. So it was the first time that I realized that, oh, there's such a thing, like this thing that I had started as a hobby, as just a way to escape my life, was actually valuable. Now, some months later again, not even just some months later, immediately I started making videos. Every now and then I'll get messages from people saying, how do you make videos? How are you able to say so much within such a short time? How do you write your scripts? How do you edit your videos? All that, those kind of questions. And I used to respond to people one after the other. Like I would do a screen recording showing people this is what you do in InShots, this is what you do next, and then I would send to people via DM. I didn't think anything of it. I just thought people need help, I help them in it. And I used to do that. And there was one day, there was a friend of this, somebody who followed me on Instagram. She was in the US. She said, oh, can I get on a call with you? Now, nobody can ever get me on a call. But back then, she was like, can I just get on the call? I have some questions. So I got on the call, I answered her questions. We talked. And then at the end of the phone call, she was like, so how much would that be? I'm like, I don't understand. How much would what be? We just gisted. And she's like, no, I don't think you realize the amount of value I just got out of this conversation. And people would charge for this, and I would pay for it. So this was somebody who was a pre-med student at Yale saying that I had something that she would pay for. It was blowing my mind. I'm like, how? How did I get to this point? Because I wasn't even planning it. Now, back to all those people who used to ask me, teach us how to edit, how to do all that stuff. So somebody one day now said, Salem, do a class now. I'm like, if I do a class and you people don't pay, it's me shame will catch. So like you're saying, do class, but it's me, that will take the brunt for it. So what I did, because I was afraid, I did a free class. What I told myself is I'm trying to validate my idea to see if it works for the audience. But what really was happening was I was scared. I was scared that nobody would pay. So I did a free class. And I just taught people everything I knew about personal branding, content strategy, video editing, storytelling, stuff like that. And I saw the results that people had from that class, right? There were all kinds of creators. By the way, everything I'm going to say today is going to be from the point of view of a content creator, right? That's why I said I trust that you'll be able to put it within context for your life. If not, like, we're finished. Anyway. So I did that class, and I saw the results people got. Travel creators, makeup artists, all kinds of content creators, and I saw that they got results. So it made me realize that, oh, this thing that I applied to my own content, I could teach people, and they could in some way replicate some of my success. And I said, now the next one is 5K. That's when I vexed, because I'm like, okay, there's some value in this thing. And that was how, one day I decided I'm going to do a class, and in 48 hours, 100 people had signed up. This class was 5,000 naira. That was how I made 500K for the first. That was the most money I'd ever made from anything. And at the time, I still had a 9 to 5, so that was like 6 months of my salary. Now, don't do the math. It's not like some of you are even that good to be able to do 500 divided by 6 in your brain. You need to pull out calculator. No shade. But you know yourselves, come on. Who are you kidding? But that leads me to my first point. Clarity comes on the road. There are a lot of things that you are able to do. There are a lot of things that your life, your experience, your education, your exposure, all the combination of, everything that makes you you. There's so many things that has prepared you for that you do not know about because you are not showing up. You are hiding. Now, in the process of showing up at anything, there's one thing I like to say, that there is no contribution to anything positive that adds up to nothing. No matter what it is that you're doing, whether it's something you're passionate about or you're not passionate about, as long as you are doing it with all your heart and showing up consistently, something interesting is going to happen. It's going to lead you to something else. So even if you're not passionate about it, so you're unable to continue, it will allow you know what you don't want, which is also important information, is it not? Exactly. So this is why showing up is important. Clarity will come on the road. How many of you have business ideas in your mind that are like, I can't start because I don't yet have clarity. I don't know exactly how to start. I don't know the people I need to work with. I don't know the people I need to hire. I don't have phone. I don't have ring lights. I don't have space. I don't have iPhone. All those people, shout out to you. And the group of people I want to send a special shout out to, there's people who have bought all those things and they are not still doing anything. Clarity is going to come on the road. See, a lot of the things that you think are stopping you from doing what you need to do, when you get them, you will not still do what you are supposed to do. Right? So do not expect to figure things out on day one. One of the reasons why it's so important for you to learn to show up for yourself is because clarity will come on the road. It's not going to happen immediately. As you take one step, have you noticed that when you drive at night, your lights do not shine all the way to your destination? Right? It just shines a few inches, a few yards in front of you. But that's enough for you to keep going. So with your business, when you don't know what to do what you know. I'll say that again. When you don't know what to do what you know. In doing that, you will get clarity. In doing that, you know which step to take, which detour to take, which way to pivot, or all of that. But that's not going to happen if you're not actively working, right? Next thing I want you guys to know is so important for you to sell yourself. If you do not tell people what you do, they will not know. How many of you have very close friends? You don't know what they do for a living. You just know they work at Access Bank. Right? Is there anybody like that? Me too, my closest friend, I don't know what he does at work. Like, he'll just come and tell me he's so tired. But like, you're just my friend, bro. Like, I don't know. In the office, he's a boss. There's people he talks to. Me, he's just my guy. I can insult him. So the truth of the matter is, if you don't tell people what you do, they will not know. You need to sell yourself. People always say that good work will sell itself. Maybe it's true, but it's not going to market itself. Do you understand? So basically, saying it will sell itself means once the thing you're selling comes in contact with the person that it is for, they immediately recognize that it is for them. But the process of it getting to the point where they even see it, that's where the work is. Do you understand? There's something my pastor used to say. He always used to say the best footballer in the world is probably not Ronaldo, it's probably not Messi, it's probably not Neymar. It's probably some guy in a village where he will never be discovered. The best singers in the world are not the ones who are winning Grammys a lot of the time. There's somewhere where there's no music executive that's going to give them a platform. So you have to sell yourself. You have to market yourself. You have to be loud about whatever it is you want to benefit from. You cannot close your mouth. Like, closed mouths don't get fed. And one of the easiest ways for you to do that is to simply show up. I work with content creators a lot. So every now and then, somebody will ask me, do I need to post every day? Right? Does anybody have that question? Raise your hand now, no shame. I'm going to shame you, but like, no shame. So, like, people say, oh, do I have to post every day? And I'm like, have you ever seen anybody that opens a new shop in the market and then they go around asking the neighbors, I beg, they open shop every day? Or I feel just do one day in, one day out? Right? So the answer to that question a lot of the time is, well, yeah, you don't have to. There's no rule book. You're an adult. You can do anything you want. But the people that you're competing with are posting every day. Right? A lot of the time. And there's something that putting yourself out there. Now, this is not me making a case for posting every day. I'm just giving an example. Which leads me to my next point. The difference between you and the people who are way ahead of you in your career is not always talent or opportunity, it's time. Did you get that? The difference between you and the people you look up to, the people that have gone ahead of you, the people that came to speak here, and everybody that you admire, that's your idolo, that's your, a lot of times the difference between you and them is not always talent. It's not always more talent or they have more opportunity. It's time. They've given more time to it than you have. Do you understand? They've given more time, they've given more attention, they've given more energy, they've given more effort, they've put in more commitment than you have. Sometimes that's the singular difference. I was on a panel one day, an event like this, and another person on the panel was Frank Donga. You guys know Frank Donga? Yeah, so I was at the event. To my left was Frank Donga. To my right was Adora. And, I was just there like, what am I even doing here? But I had to maintain composure because, like, waiting go do my steez. So I had to maintain composure. Like, even though I'm 24 years old, I deserve to be here. But Frank Donga was answering a question and, he was just talking. He was like, so the other day at the Facebook headquarters in London, I'm just like, They know you in Facebook. Like you went to their office. I was just there, but like maintaining composure, of course. When you're broke, and somebody rich is just talking about their normal life, it will be vexing you. Like, why are you bragging? Do you get... how somebody be like, oh, so when we came back from Paris last week, we now went to Greece. They are not bragging. They are just saying where they were. Do you get the fact that your own was Ojo Elegba? And it's just, they're not bragging. They're just saying that's where I was. Should they say they were in Bariga when they were in Paris? That's just where they were. Then I've never been to Bariga. I don't even know, man. Sorry. Not personal. Then there was another question again he was answering at some point, and he said, when I started making content 12 years ago, I was like, Like, and I started thinking, where was I 12 years ago? Like, where was I? I didn't even know what I wanted to do in my life. I was probably still feeling jam from this guy started making content. So immediately that puts me at ease because I now saw that, the reason why he's able to do some things, the reason why he's able to see from certain perspectives is just based on the fact that he's been around for a long time. So if there's something that you're passionate about, if it's your business that you want to grow, you need to give it time. And giving it time it requires you to show up. All right? And in the process of you showing up, do not compare yourself to the people that you should be learning from. Don't be intimidated by them. Be inspired. Do not try to copy their results. Seek to study their process. So it's normal. So you see, I hate to refer to this, but you know what Eniola was saying earlier? That people were saying your videos look like Salem. Me, the reason why I was making black and white videos was because I started making videos on a cheap phone, and the quality was bad. So I used to make it black and white to hide the flaws. So you don't know that, you now make your video black and white. Do you know where I'm coming from? Do you understand? So you cannot copy somebody's results. You don't know how they got there. A lot of times, they got there through a very painful process, through something that cannot be replicated in your own life. So that's not something you can copy and paste. All right? There's also people that, edit their videos the way I edit my videos, which, of course, like, there's no monopoly. But the reason why I started editing my videos that way is because I don't know how to make videos like a normal person. Right? People just like memorize a script, put the phone, and then they record. Abi, to me, those people have superpowers. Because I can't. I tried it. I'll try like 25 times and ruin it. Who has been there before? You spoil it. Even the one that you are getting right, by the time you reach the second to the last line, you spoil it. So you have to start from scratch again. That was me a lot of the time. And so I came up with this bright idea that, you know what? I'm going to record each line separately, and then in editing, I'll now stitch them together. So I would have my script open like this. I have my tripod here. I will read one line, and then I'll record it, and then I'll read another line, and then I'll record it, because my brain could only handle one line. Now, if I continued copying other people, I would not have a career today, because I would have thought somebody like me doesn't make videos. When I partner, or when I collaborate with other creators, till now, shame still they catch me. I was in Fisayo Fosudo studio and they brought teleprompter. I said, bro, I know Sabi use teleprompter. Oh. Do people even know what teleprompter is? Stop. Okay, sorry. Sorry now. So I'm like, bro, I don't know how to use teleprompter. I'll put it in iPad or something, And when I work with other people, I see how their process is. I'm like, but now I've gotten to the point where I'm confident and I'm secure. So I'm like, no, this is how you do it. It works for you. Me, I don't know how to do it like that. This is how I do it. It works for me. Right? And now I just want to talk about how to show up real quick. We don't have a lot of time. How to show up? Be authentic. Show up as yourself. Don't show up as anybody else. Is there anybody here who has ever felt like they don't have any talents? Like other people have so many talents. They are so talented. They can dance, they can sing, they can sell, they can talk. Me, I don't even have anything. I only Indomie, I sabi cook. So let me prove to you that you do have something. You are one of a kind. And that's not just motivational talk. You are one of a kind. And here's why. There's 5 factors that no two human beings on the face of the earth have the same combination of. 5 factors, sorry. So even if you're twins, even if you're siblings, no 2 people have the same combination of these 5 factors, right? So I'll go over them in no exact order. Your education, exposure, expertise, interests, and experiences. Education, exposure, expertise, interests, experiences. So let me explain each of them. So your education is everything that contributes to the information you have about the world and about yourself, about life, including school, not limited to school. This event, for example, can be part of your education. When you guys go to Kenny's class tomorrow, part of education, all of that. Exposure is everything you have been exposed to as a result of your life's circumstances. So, for example, if you grew up with a mother who was a nurse, you were exposed to different factors from if your mother was a teacher. Abi? Or if your dad was a soldier, you grew up in the barracks, your dad or your mom was a diplomat, so you did primary school in Guinea-Bissau. All those things play into what your exposure is. 3 is what? I don't forget. I didn't forget, I'm just playing. Your expertise is everything that you have gotten paid for or could get paid for. So that you can also call that vocation, right? So it doesn't have to be something you're passionate about, doesn't have to be something you love but you're good at and you can get paid for. So whether it's your ability to wash car, or it's accounting, or you can make hair, whatever it is that is your expertise that you can get paid for. Your interest, this is a very interesting one. Interest, your passions. What's one thing you can talk about for 1 hour without preparation? Just sound it out. Productivity, development. Which type of development? Personal development. Okay. So that's your interest. Like that's your passion. That's stuff that, what keeps you up at night? What are you mad about? What makes you happy? All of that. Number 5, experience. Now, this is the most dynamic of them all because two people can have the same encounter and have two separate experiences. Abi? That's why you and your friend can go to the movie, you watch a movie, and then one person is like, wow, that was an amazing movie. And the second person is like, that's 2 hours of my time I'll never get back. That was trash. And it's the same movie, you watch it at the same time. So now, considering these 5 factors, there are no two human beings on the face of the earth that have the same combination of those 5 factors. Experience is so dynamic, right? I'm the firstborn in my family. If you ask me about my dad, I have things to say. If you ask the lastborn, you would think we're talking about 2 different people. Right? Like she'll say, Daddy is so warm. I'm like, which one? You know? So be authentic. As a business person, as a creator, whatever it is you want to do, be authentic, show up as yourself. If you're feeling like you don't have any talent, you don't have any edge, you don't have any special angle, it's because you're not digging deep enough into your 5 factors, all right? Number 2, be consistent. Now, consistency is so important because human beings as a species, we are incredibly forgetful. Do you know why I promote how many of you sell digital products? One of the reasons why I promote my digital products every chance I get is because I think about myself. Every time I want to buy something online, I have to visit the link maybe 3 times before I finally buy. Does anybody have that experience too? For example, my flight to come for this event has been booked for a month. And then close to the event, I was like, I'm going to miss my wife. I want to come with her. Then we said, okay, we'll buy the ticket. That's what we just said, okay, we'll buy the ticket. Then we forgot. Then I tried to buy the ticket on Wednesday, and my flight was full. We couldn't get her a ticket. Now, if at any point I had seen an Ibom Air ad or an Ibom Air Instagram post, I immediately would have remembered to go back and buy my wife's tickets, right? So those of you that are feeling ashamed, those of you that used to ask questions, how can I sell without selling? Why do you want to sell without selling? Why are you ashamed to sell? Do you realize that the moment you walk out of this building, on the main road, you are going to see billboards, big, screaming at you, selling to you. They don't even ask your permission. All the time, every minute of the day, you want to play Candy Crush, small thing, ad. You want to use InShot, small thing, ad. InShot will now say, pay 5,000, I will not show you ad. Find me something, I will not show you ad. Are they pitying you? So why are you pitying the people who you know need something that you have to offer? Except what you have to offer is not something they need. Or you think you don't even believe in the value of what you have to offer. All right, so please be consistent because human beings are forgetful. You have to show up and show up and show up again. Some people who will buy from you, they need to see the same thing 7 times. All right? Number 3, how to show up, offer value. Now, this is something we say a lot in knowledgepreneur circles. You know, and every time somebody says value, people start to think, oh, that means I need to teach. But that's not what it means. So what even is value? Let's even define it. Ultimately, value is anything that someone needs or wants that they cannot give themselves. To them, that is valuable. So that can range from an online course to a comedy show to a skit on Instagram to celebrity gossip to all the things you consider unserious. There's somebody that is paying for it. To them, it is valuable. If not, they will not take their hard-earned money and pay 30,000 naira to see basket mouth. So you might look at it and say, why will you spend that kind of money to go and see, to go and laugh? Why will you spend that kind of money? You buy table, 2 million, to go and watch Davido. Do you get? To you. But to them, it's valuable. So what can you offer that is valuable? And finally, be resilient. Now, why am I saying this one? Being resilient is different from being consistent. Being resilient means being consistent in the face of difficulty. That is so important because everything will get hard at some point. We normally wrongly believe that if something is meant to be, then it's not going to be hard. It's just going to work out. Like, as I'm doing this thing, the reason why I'm struggling is because that's not what God wants me to be doing. You lie. Everything will get hard at some point. No matter how lovely it feels, no matter how sweet, it is going to get hard. And what you do on those days when it's difficult will determine everything, right? The best version of yourself is born out of your ability to find creative solutions to problems. I'll say that again. The best version of yourself as a creator, as a business person, as a parent, whatever, is born out of problems and your ability to find creative solutions. I don't think I should only even say your ability. I should say your willingness. Because sometimes your ability is just not there, right? If you don't know, you don't know. If you don't have the skill set, you don't have the skill set. But your willingness to find solutions will often, your willingness to find creative solutions will often push you into a better version of yourself. And that takes me back to my first point where I said clarity will come. That's better. Clarity will come on the road. So don't try to figure everything out before you start. Don't try to figure everything out before you take a step. Don't try to say, I want to know what's on the other side before I jump. No. You need to take steps. You need to begin moving. And as you move, like a car that is driving at night with the headlights on, you will see more of the road as you continue going. Thank you guys so much for listening.